Typical league, unnamed sources, bad interview. That's such bullshit. I mean, it is. It's bullshit. Put your name on it. I'm tired of, we tear these young men down. These are 21, 22 young men. And if people out there can tell me they're perfect in their lives, it's crap. It's crap. This is a good kid. And, for those reports to come out, like, I said it last year, it's bullshit. I'm sorry. I apologize for the language. I don't, but I do.
I'm feeling this. I'm your professor, I will test you in the worst way. Don't bring a scantron, it's pop quizzes all day. Cause of our chemistry, we do biology. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement, still movement. Young, black, and people are pocket watching or people are player hating. And you see this every year with the NFL draft. You see it every year. Uh, Somebody is doing good and something happens and they're stupid or uh, I don't like their background or who they know or I don't like the neighborhood they're from or I think they're a bad person because they didn't do exactly what I wanted them to do at a particular time or they didn't say exactly what I wanted them to say in response or I disrespected them and then they check me for it. So, oh, you're a disrespectful young man. I just called you a bunch of names and how dare you cuss me out. It's like, but you see this over and over and over again. And I think the issue becomes um, not saying that they're not people who get in trouble, but what I am saying is, it's a racial thing because football is an aggressive sport and you got some wild guys that play football, right? And they do wild stuff. But when white guys do wild stuff on the wild guys, it's okay. When white guys are disrespectful, it's okay. When white guys are jerks, it's okay. It's he's a man's man. It's like, oh, okay, you know. But and the thing is, they talk white guys up to be better than they are, so they can make more money. And the reverse is these anonymous, no, these anonymous white people, because that's what it normally is. These anonymous white people who got something to say normally talk black athletes down in hopes that they'll lose money. And then go, oh, well, it made a lot of sense. No, it didn't. A lot of y'all just don't like the fact that they got young guys out here that's gonna make more money in their lifetime. They make more money in 5 to 10 years than you'll make in a lifetime. That's what this is about. You know, sometimes it's about your daughter got a crush on him and oh no, like it's that, right? But on the flip side, you got to take this into consideration. And though he spoke up about it, um, these teams they look at that as an opportunity to pay somebody less. Shoot, well, you know what? They threw this person under the bus. Now their stock dropped, their value dropped. Maybe we could get him for the cheap. Now we could get a first round pick and he could skip him into the next round because people are going to stay away because they heard these bad things about this guy. And they know some people are suckers like that. And other people like, nah, I'm finna get him. I ain't finna play these games with y'all. Because at the end of the day, ruining reputations matters more than good reputations. Because people are looking for the dirt. They're not looking, hey, good kid, da 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 da, good place, good family, da 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 da, da, good people, good manners, da 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 da. It's like I saw Keon Coleman. I ain't Tiger Woods now. I'm Tiger Wish You Would now. Nah, he from Opelousas, Louisiana. So I heard his accent. I said, I know he's from Louisiana. But in my opinion, he's more like a normal young black male. The rest of these people are pretty much the same, one way or the other. But a lot of times, what happens is these cats go to these schools and they get media prepped, and that's why they're either going to be on a super religious side, or they're just going to be on a I just got to say the perfect thing all the time, because they know that there's a bunch of white people trying to pick them apart and destroy them before they ever even get their foot in the door. You know, so that's a problem. That's a problem. And the sad thing about it, and I say it like this: the sad thing about all that is this: some of these people celebrate. Say a young player starts out, they got a bad reputation, and then that player develops a good reputation, and then they get paid on their second contract because of the work that they put in. Now, people bring up that, hey man, they threw this person under the bus for nothing back in the day, and 3-4 years later, this person finally got to where they needed to go, got to where they were headed earlier. There are people who celebrate like, oh, he just made $50 million, but he could have had more if I didn't. But I lied on him, so yeah, I know he missed out on a good 20 million already. Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, all right. Or they get more upset. Like, how could you give this? Oh, that much? Oh, it's like, oh, okay. This is the world we're living in. You know, where the player haters get a pat on the back for hate. And think about it. And this happens all the time. All these anonymous sources, but these anonymous sources wind up on ESPN. So I mean, so in essence, you got an anonymous source on ESPN, on Sports Center. It's a story about a person from an anonymous person. Well, if that's the case, you can say the reporter made it up. And that's the problem. Nobody questions who said what and who did what. Like I remember um, when Cam Newton was talking about how an anonymous source was talking about his dad taking money. And he's like, yeah, it was a coach from Florida that went to Mississippi State and recruited him, but he decided to go to Auburn. So hey, now I'm gonna paint you as a criminal. It's like, oh, okay. But hey, man, I'm sure that guy's living a good old life and still just walking around like ain't nothing happened. It's a lot of cowardly behavior, man. But tell me what y'all think about it. Like, share, subscribe or die trying. Catch you on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you.